The Leonardo AW159 Wildcat is the UK's newest evolution of the Lynx family and exists in two British frontline variants, the Army Air Corps Wildcat AH1 for battlefield reconnaissance/utility and the Royal Navy Wildcat HMA2 for maritime strike and surveillance. Both share a common airframe, propulsion and core avionics, but diverge through mission systems and weapons to optimize them for their primary operating domains. Structurally, the Wildcat is a compact, marinized twin capable of single-spot ship operations with a decklock, harpoon, folding rotor system, and robust landing gear, while also retaining a roomy, crash-worthy cabin that can seat a small team and their kit when configured for land operations. At the heart of the platform are two LHTEC CTS800-4N FIAC-controlled turboshafts driving a modern transmission and BERP-IV rotor system, yielding high power margins in hot and high conditions and excellent ship interface handling. Leonardo lists a maximum gross weight of 6,050 kilograms, 13,338 pounds, a maximum range of roughly 280 nanometers at 5,000 feet, and a mission endurance of around 3 hours for the baseline configuration, figures that frame the type's practical reach and time on station for both sea and land roles. The manufacturer also publishes hover performance at max gross weight of approximately 7,440 feet height and 4,290 foot hogue, underscoring the headroom available for embarked or austere site operations. Across both AH1 and HMA2, the propulsion choice is central to performance. The CTS800-4N, derived from the T800 family co-developed by Rolls-Royce and Honeywell, delivers roughly 1,360 shop class per engine, with modern fuel efficiency and full authority digital engine control for precise handling. Paired with the run-dry capable transmission and composite structure, the powerplant equips the Wildcat with a brisk climb and dash performance envelope while preserving the necessary fuel fraction for realistic endurance when armed. These engines, validated for the AW159 airframe, were selected early in the future Lynx program to increase available power over legacy Lynx, and they remain a defining feature of the type's agility and shipboard safety margins. The HMA2's primary sensor is a chin-mounted Leonardo Seaspray family X-band AESA radar, fielded on the Royal Navy Wildcats in the 7400E/7000E series with 360 degrees coverage via electronic scanning. This radar is optimized for maritime surface search and navigation but also supports air-to-air and air-to-surface modes, including small target detection in cluttered littorals, detecting periscopes, ribs, oil slicks, and even ice features at tactically useful ranges. The radar's high update rate, interleaved modes, and synthetic aperture/ISAR capabilities provide the cueing needed to put electro-optical sensors on target, to build reliable maritime pictures for a task group, and to generate quality coordinates for weapons. Royal Navy commentary has previously highlighted a 7400 ES long-range performance and reliability on the Wildcat, and broader Leonardo literature describes Seaspray as a class-leading maritime AESA with a comprehensive surveillance mode set. Complementing radar, both variants carry the L3 Harris WESCAM MX-15 series EO/IR turret with laser designation/range finding. The turret enables day/night identification, positive ID in busy straits, and terminal guidance support for laser beam riding weapons. The Royal Navy explicitly notes the MX-15 on its Wildcat page. In British service the MX-15D/HD lineage provides multi-sensor video, EO zoom, MWR, SWR options depending on fit, stabilized for shipboard flight regimes. In practice, the MX-15 is the crew's primary long glass for classification and battle damage assessment, and its metadata outputs feed the mission system for recording, downlink and queuing. Survivability and battle management are embedded features rather than bolt-ons. Leonardo describes an integrated and scalable defensive aids suite, DAS, on the AW159, fusing radar warning, laser warning, electronic support/electronic surveillance measures and missile approach warning with chaff/flare into the tactical processor for timely queuing. UK rotorcraft programs have also leveraged HITA's family defensive suites across fleets including the Wildcat, aligning the helicopter with contemporary RF/IR threats and enabling operations at low level near complex air defense environments. Structural measures such as crashworthy seating, armored crew areas, self-sealing/ballistic tolerant fuel systems, and the platform's reduced RCS/IR signature management round out the protection picture for both AH1 and HMA2. Data links have been a key capability thread for the type. While early UK Wildcats were fitted for but not with a tactical data link due to 2008 cost decisions, subsequent work across Army and Navy has reintroduced network connectivity. By 2023 to 2024 the services publicly discussed integrating a TDL architecture including Link 16 and service data paths, e.g., Bowman data, to push sensor tracks, imagery and weapon queuing across the force and to control uncrewed systems from the cockpit. This connectivity transforms Wildcat from a standalone shooter/spotter into a node that can hand over radar/EO contacts, receive third-party targeting, and contribute to composite kill chains in a carrier strike group or littoral strike unit. The real divergence between HMA2 and AH1 appears in weapons and mission kits. The Naval HMA2 is now cleared for a two-tier precision anti-surface loadout, Thales Martlet, LMM, for small, fast, and unarmored craft and MBDA Sea Venom, ANL, for larger, more robust vessels and coastal targets. The RN first declared Martlet initial capability earlier in the decade and has progressively matured the heavy weapon. On October 2, 2025 the Royal Navy announced initial operating capability for Sea Venom on Wildcat, confirming frontline deployability. A typical HMA2 fit might feature up to 4 wing stations, allowing mixes such as 10-round Martlet launchers on multiple pylons, up to 20 missiles carriage is documented in trials, or a combination of Martlet and up to 4 Sea Venom for layered effects. This finally replaces the retired Sea Skua with a modern IIR-guided, two-way data-linked heavy ASU-W missile, bringing standoff, retarget/abort features and a 30 kg class warhead suitable against corvette-size hulls. Beyond anti-surface missiles, the HMA2 can embark the 12.75 mm, 0.50 calories, FN Herstal M3M door gun for force protection, and UK mod sources list the ability to carry Stingray lightweight torpedoes when configured for ASW prosecution as part of the broader carrier task group construct. In the maritime force, the Wildcat is often teamed with Merlin HM2. Merlin provides primary dipping sonar and wide sonobuoy processing while Wildcat extends the surface picture with radar/EO and engages small surface threats or contributes to ASW weapon delivery when required. The naval variant also carries emergency flotation and maritime SAR kit options, including a crash position indicator and sonar locating beacon to meet overwater safety requirements. For the Army's AH1, the emphasis is on armed ISTAR, command and control, and light assault support. The AH1 retains the same powertrain and sensors but typically flies without the maritime radar, operating primarily with the MX-15 turret, door gun and mission radios. The Commando Helicopter Force and Army Air Corps depict the AH1 as a fast, agile reconnaissance platform that can insert small teams, escort transport helicopters, and act as an airborne forward observer or fires coordinator. Troop capacity is usually quoted as 6 crashworthy seats in the cabin when configured for lift. Typical defensive armament is the pintle-mounted M3M 0.50 calories HMG. Published reference figures for the AH1 indicate around 157 kT maximum speed and roughly 420 nanometers ferry-type range depending on stores, giving commanders a responsive battlefield scout and liaison platform that can also self-deploy across theaters with tanker/transport support. From a crew station perspective, Wildcat's glass cockpit revolves around 4 large multifunction displays and integrated mission management, fusing radar, EO/IR, ESM and navigation inputs. The interface supports cursor-on-target workflows, sensor-to-shooter chains, and rapid weapon setup, aided by a modern AFCS and stability augmentation that reduces workload in deck landings and low-level terrain flight. Leonardo emphasizes low pilot workload and high redundancy in critical systems, with health and usage monitoring and an onboard diagnostic environment to drive maintainability in deployed conditions. For embarked units, the deck lock, negative thrust rotor capability, and compact footprint contribute to safe operations up to sea state 6 on single-spot combatants, a non-trivial requirement for frigate and destroyer aviation departments. In real-world combat system terms, the HMA2 now delivers a credible layered anti-surface package. Martlet, 13 kg class, laser beam riding, gives the crew an agile, low-collateral tool for drones, FIACs, and fast inshore assault craft, targets that are hard to prosecute efficiently with larger weapons. Sea Venom, now at IOC on Wildcats assigned to UK carrier operations, closes the gap against larger hulls and hardened targets with ISAR seeker autonomy and a data link for man-in-the-loop control. Trials and combined firing since 2021 have matured mixed loads and day/night engagement envelopes, culminating in the 2025 IOC milestone. This layered approach is particularly relevant for carrier strike group defense where Wildcats act as outer pickets for Type 45/23/26 combatants, policing the inner screen against saturation of small threats while retaining reach against larger combatants or shore installations. Networking is the other half of the capability equation. With Link 16 and service data links entering the fleet, a Wildcat can now push tracks and sensor video to ships and aircraft and accept queuing from off-board ISR, Merlin, P-8A, UAVs, surface radar, to reduce time to engage. The same connectivity supports cooperative engagements, e.g., an HMA2 lasing for another shooter or passing precise coordinates for naval gunfire. Trials reporting also notes work to control uncrewed systems via the helicopter's TDL architecture, a logical development given the helicopter's endurance and vantage point. For the AH1, land-centric data networking improves the helicopter's role as a reconnaissance and C2 node, meshing with ground units and artillery to compress the sensor-to-fires loop. From the support and lifecycle standpoint, Leonardo highlights low maintenance burden in deployed conditions, digital technical pubs, and HMS-driven fault isolation. The design incorporates extensive redundancy and the classic Westland run-dry gearbox safety feature, 30-minute tolerance, which, combined with crashworthy systems and integrated DAS, yields a survivable platform for both blue water and littoral missions. For navies, the important implication is sortie generation from small decks with minimal maintenance footprint. For the Army, it's the ability to sustain armed recce and liaison flights from rough strips and forward arming/refueling points with modest ground crew. In summary, the UK's Wildcat fleet pairs a common, high-power airframe with domain-specific mission kits. The HMA2 Seaspray AESA radar, MX-15 EO/IR, and now fully layered Martlet/Sea Venom armament give frigates and carriers an organic, quick-reaction anti-surface capability and a strong surveillance picture without committing larger assets. The AH1 leverages the same flight performance and EO/IR sensor to deliver high-tempo battlefield reconnaissance, C2 and light lift, usually with a 0.50 calories door gun and 6-seat cabin configuration. The integration of tactical data links across the fleet closes the loop, letting Wildcats act as both sensors and shooters within modern naval and land kill webs. On measured technical terms, power-to-weight from the CTS800-4N, published MGW hover margins, 3-hour endurance class, and AESA/EO sensor fusion, the platform is a substantial step beyond late-model Lynx and remains highly relevant for distributed maritime operations and expeditionary land campaigns alike.